content, darling. Content. It's going to be the next great drama. Sarah, we're content creators.
We are content creators. Does someone say anything different? We got some really,
almost,
I would say almost criticism.
Yeah.
It was a little mean-spirited, a little bit.
I don't know if it was mean-spirited, but it was very honest.
It's all how you look at it.
It was humbling.
It was humbling.
And we've decided to take kind of like a hard look at
ourselves
and
our
goals,
body of work,
and our mission, and what we have to add to the conversation.
Yes, and we found that we have nothing to add. We've heard the people want us to talk about something. We've called upon our friends to provide us with the content to focus our content around. We're going to talk about something this time.
Each week we'll be discussing one or more topics that
one or more. I guess it depends
from you, our community,
and what you, the community, want. We just really want this to mean something to you, our fans. So please tell us what you want us to talk about, because we both have degrees in acting. So we got a full education.
I took yoga for credit.
We also had to talk to trees.
I did that anyway. Every single year after Christmas, we would take our Christmas tree and we would add it to the walls of the fort, and it was like 5 real trees. And then all of our Christmas trees...
They were all dead trees?
Yeah, lied sideways. And I would go out to that fort and I would literally talk to the trees about my life.
Like you were the Lorax?
Yes, because they were my friends.
Okay, Fire and Fury.
Fire and Fury is a novel? No, it's not.
It is a book written by Michael Wolff, a journalist. And he hates Trump a lot. So much that he wrote a book featuring what all of his friends think about him.
What is the goal of the book? Is it to make, like...
Trump look bad?
Me feel good about what I think? Is there a goal to, like, sway people's opinions?
I thought it was just exposure, and people think the more and more exposure, the more likely someone will, not someone, we as a country will impeach him.
Exposure is not very, like, factual, and once it's a certain amount of sensational, then it, like, makes it easier to invalidate it.
Are you suggesting that Fire and Fury is fake news? Is it like 1,000 Tiny Pieces or whatever that book was called by Stephen Fry or whatever his name was, the guy who went on Oprah? And he offended Oprah because he lied. So we've gotten some fearless feedback that Jayne thinks that this content isn't very compelling because we haven't read the book. And I think that if she were to think for but a moment, she would realize that the whole point is that we don't know.
Could you say one thing you like about Trump?
One thing I like about Donald J. Trump. I admire his conviction. You asked the question. I don't know why everyone is at me. I answered the question. When people are so dumb that they don't care what anyone thinks, I could use a little bit more of...
Oh, kind of like selfishness.
Selfishness or just like lack of awareness of the world. I'm on one end of the spectrum of confidence, and I would say Trump's on the other end. Mm-hmm. I'd like to go a little bit towards that.
I think he, like, hears and sees the same world. Like, I don't think he's actually oblivious to things, but I think he genuinely believes his own lies.
He's a narcissist. Do you know the history of Narcissus?
No.
Narcissus.
The person?
Narcissus. Oh my God.
I think our audience is really bored of our content.
Yeah, I think that's enough content.
I'm nervous because all of the things I said that I don't actually want to share with the world.
Well, we're going to edit it.
Okay. Valentina who lip syncs. Well, this matches my earring.
I'd like to keep it on, please.
Is this a text message from Seamless?
We had a bit, Johnny. We had a bit.
I didn't hold up my part of the bit.